Hello, my name is Caitlin Threadgill. I am Shelley's daughter, and my family and I love the Usborne books because they're just really great quality. They have great stories, they're educational. My son absolutely loves them. He's almost 3, and my little infant, Ezra, who's almost 3 months, also loves his books. So I just wanted to give y'all an idea of how great these books are and just show some of our favorite ones, just to kind of let y'all know what's available and see what you might be interested in. This is one of the ones that Ezra enjoys, even though he's only 2 months old, because it's easy for him to look at. It's got a lot of black and white illustrations in it, which definitely catches his eye at this early stage, and it folds out, as you can see. So I can set it up next to his play mat and he can look at it, or I can lay it down in front of him. He can look at it during tummy time. So it's really an awesome book for his age level. There's several other books that he has, some little tiny black and white board books. They're all in his room. He's actually napping right now, so I can't show those, but just to kind of give you an idea that even for infants, there's little books you can buy. There's also a stroller one that's in his room that can clip onto his stroller. So lots of things for even his age, which is wonderful. My son Micah has a ton of books, as you can see. I don't know if you can see all of, and this isn't even all the books that he has. And we also got a phonics library for when he begins to read, which I know is still a little ways off, but before too long we'll be needing those. He loves, this is one of the lift flap books, Peek Inside. This one's called Nighttime, so there's lots of flaps where he can lift it up and see what's inside, like what's going on inside this building, and it talks about just kind of things that are going on at nighttime. And it shows like when the street lights come on, and there's moths and fireflies, and here's a bat. And so it's got lots of things, kind of little surprises throughout the whole book, that he can flip through and look in all of the little doors and buildings, and he really gets a kick out of that. So this is another great one that he really enjoys. He absolutely loves the All Better book, where it talks about little animals are getting hurt, but you have these little reusable Band-Aids that kind of like plastic, but they stick onto the book really easily. So you find their little Bobo, and it says to kiss it, or clean it, kiss it, put a bandage on it, and so he can put a little Band-Aid right on the animal, and you just go through the story, and it's really interactive and fun, and he really gets a kick out of that. This is a cute book, and also is kind of interesting for Ezra as far as it has kind of touch and feel. It kind of run his little hands across the ridges, and they're looking for a little elephant in this book, and they keep thinking they found him, and when you turn the page, you find out, no, that wasn't actually an elephant, it was a monkey, and then maybe these are his ears, but no, you turn the page and you find out it's some little iguanas. And anyway, this is a really cute book because not only it has the cutouts, but it has kind of a touch and feel component too. So both of the boys can enjoy that one. Hold on, buddy. This book is a great one that we like to do kind of at nap time, bedtime, quiet time music book, and it has classical pieces that you press the button in the book, and it's talking about this little quintet floating down the river in the jungle, getting all the animals ready to go to sleep with the pretty, relaxing music, and there's different songs on each page, which is really neat. And so it's a nice kind of peaceful, relaxing book to read, and the music's beautiful. So we like to do this when it's time to go to sleep. Probably right now, Micah's favorite book is this one, the Fairy Tales for Little Children. It has 5 fairy tales in it. Little Red Riding Hood, Goldilocks, Jack and the Beanstalk, Cinderella, and Princess and the Pea. And each story has really pretty illustrations in it. And when I first started going through this book, I thought, gosh, each story is kind of long. Like, there's a lot of pages to each story, but if you'll notice, it's just a little bit of words for each page. There's a lot of illustration. So you can actually go through these little fairy tales fairly quickly, which is good when we're kind of running late on bedtime or whatever and we want to read a story. Even when we have a longer time before bed. And I've actually read through this entire book with him before a nap, just in one sitting, because the stories are really well told, but they're nice and concise, and you can actually read through them pretty quickly. But he absolutely loves all the stories in this book. So we've gone through this book countless times. He loves all the stories in it, and we just have really, really enjoyed this one. And let's see, both of his parents are band geeks, so he likes this one too. It talks about all the different instruments in the orchestra, and he's always been very interested in music and instruments. He especially likes French horns, which is an instrument his dad played, and you press the buttons and you can hear it. So depending on the page, it kind of gives you a recording of what that instrument sounds like. So that was the French horns. But each page, like the beginning, it shows them warming up. And then at the very end, it has the whole orchestra. And you can hear what it all sounds like when it comes together. So that's really cool. It's a great way to learn about the instruments. So he enjoys that. Another sound book that he loves is the Don't Tickle the Dinosaur, and it's really cute because it's saying don't tickle the dinosaur, you might make it grunt. And you kind of tickle it and it makes a noise, and it's also kind of fuzzy, so it has that, touch and feel component as well, and little cutouts and everything. Like this one's pterodactyl, it's kind of fuzzy and feeling, and he makes noises. So all of the different dinosaurs have, little spot where you tickle them and then they make their noise, and there's a T-Rex, and so that's a really cute one that he really gets a kick out of. This ABC Lift a Flat book is great because it's teaching them their ABCs, and it's very interactive. Let me get to that page. I like this one where it has like some of the alphabet and then it's trying to help them remember. So what comes after A, you lift the flap, and it's B, and then it shows you C, and then try to have them remember what comes next, and it's D. So this book, it has a bunch of different pages with different ways to learn the letters, and it has like, F, fox starts with F, eggs is E. So it's just a really great way for him to learn his letters, and it does so in a lot of different ways and with different objects and animals and all kinds of things. So this is a really cool book too, and at the very end it just has all different objects that start with each letter, and it goes in alphabetical order: A, B, C. So it's just a really cool way for him to learn his alphabet. Another series that he really, really enjoys is the Nibbles books. He really loves both of these. He might like the Monster Hunt a little bit better because it incorporates a dragon, and he's really big into dragons right now. Basically, this dragon winds up chasing Nibbles all throughout the book, and he's trying to run away, and he nibbles his way from one book to the next, and he's running away from the dragon. So it's just a really cute idea and story. The original Nibbles book caught my eye when I first did a Usborne party because it was just such a cool idea. It's a book monster who likes to nibble books, and he gets let out of his cage. So it's just really interactive, and it's talking about nibbles and how he likes to nibble on all kinds of things, but most of all books. And he goes into the library, and he's going into Goldilocks. So you turn the page, and it's kind of like almost a book within a book. He's nibbled into this story, and he kind of changes up the story because he's causing havoc within the story, and he's upsetting Goldilocks, and it's just really silly. And then you can see each page, it has these little cutouts, and it looks like he's really nibbled on into the next book. And so it's got little Red Riding Hood, and he kind of goes through and messes with her story, and keeps going on through the book, and goes into Jack and the Beanstalk, and so there's another little book within a book, and it's just really, really cute. And at the very end, he finally gets put back in his crate, and it tells you to hurry and slam the door shut so you can catch him. And then you kind of get to the last page. It's like, well, maybe you hear something, and he's nibbled out of the book again. And so it's just really cute and interactive, and he really gets a kick out of this book. He actually has a Nibbles little stuffed animal that's in his room. It's, Vicky got it for him. She's so sweet. And he just loves Nibbles. He thinks he's so silly. And let's see, what else do we have? The Busy Train books are really cool. They come with a little train, and you can pull the train out. And each page, it's a story in and of itself, and it's showing where all the train is traveling through to get to the zoo at the very end. And so each page has a track, and you can wind up the train, and it'll scoot along the track. You just kind of pull it backwards and let it go, and it follows the track. It's really cute, so I'll try to show that here at the very end. So he really enjoys that too. He's got two of these actually. This one, and then he's got another one that's a little bit bigger, and those are so fun. Let's see, I also like that Usborne has activity type materials that aren't just books to read, learning materials. These are alphabet cards and number cards, and what's cool is they're white clean cards. So that one's got, I'll show you the number cards. So it shows him how to trace these numbers, and it's got a dry erase marker, and so he can work on writing his numbers, and same thing with the letters. And then they've got cards devoted just to each number, 0, and anyway, it's a really neat thing because he can use them over and over again. And they, like number 1, it's got a little elephant on it, and he can write the number 1 along here, and trace it. So it's very, very cool and great learning tool. So we really like those. They've got a lot of white clean learning material like that, which is really neat. He has another one that'll be a little bit later on when he gets a little older, a white clean ready for phonics. All kinds of pages of things he can learn to write his letters, and learn the sounds that they make and all that kind of stuff. So that's really cool. He also has this little children's drawing book that we're going to hopefully soon start working with him. And I like this because, let's see, this is showing you a giraffe, and it's kind of showing how they've created spots on the giraffe. And then it encourages the child to also kind of copy that idea and to draw little spots along the giraffe as well. So it's kind of just very basic, teaching them to draw it, showing how they drew some raindrops, and then he can come in and draw his raindrops. Now this one isn't wiped clean, but it's just a really cute way for him to start developing that skill of drawing. The adding and subtracting books, again, will be kind of a little bit later on for him, but this is awesome because it's showing you 1 plus 1 equals 2. And so there's one of the circus bears, and when you pull this over, it adds a second one, so it shows, 1 plus 1 equals 2, and you can see the 2 also appears. So it's just a really interactive way of him to start learning addition. And then it's, showing 2 cats. Well, when you reveal the third cat, showing 2 plus 1 more cat is 3. And he can count the cats, 1, 2, 3. And so it's just a really, really cool way to learn addition. Same thing, there's a subtracting book as well with the same idea. There's, 5 butterflies, but you take 1 away. 5 minus 1 is 4. So anyway, just really, really neat way to learn that. So I really like those books. And then these are wonderful, the magic painting books. They come with a little paintbrush. We've taken it off already, but he just uses water and it adds color to the pages. And this is something really easy he can do without making a mess. Because he likes painting, but at 2, almost 3 years old, it's quite a messy thing. So he's, painted a lot of these with his just water and a brush. So we had the jungle animals and the magical creatures books, and he has enjoyed painting out of both of those. So we definitely love those. These are also really cool. The flashlight books, you can shine a flashlight through them, and it has kind of little hidden pictures that are revealed. I think, where did that one go? This one of the human body I really liked, especially when I was still pregnant with Ezra. One of the first shows a mom that's pregnant, and then you can shine a flashlight through it and see a little baby in her belly. So hold on, let me get my flashlight. And let's see if you can see. You shine the light through it, and you can see there's a baby in there. So it's kind of teaching you all about the human body, and when you turn the page, it kind of tells you a little bit about that. And like this little boy is growing, kind of measuring himself. It's talking about the bones, and you shine the light. You can see the children's, bones. So it's just a really cool idea, and so he gets a kick out of those as well. But this is just some of the books that we really, really enjoy, and just wanted to kind of give y'all an idea of what all they have to offer, and this is only scratching the surface. Most of these books I earned by doing a party. A few of them were bought by grandparents from the various parties and given to them, but most of them I earned just from my one party that I threw. And like I said, just the quality, I was extremely impressed when I got my books in and saw the quality and just how much he enjoyed them, because they are just different and really creative and unique books. So I hope you'll be interested in checking out Mom's Usborne party and her page, and being a part of her party on Tuesday. I really can recommend these books. I think your children or grandchildren, whoever you're buying for, would really enjoy them. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to see you on Tuesday.